there was an increased US-Nigeria relation, not just in terms of trade, but also in military. US would now go on to engage in multiple training programs with their Nigerian counterparts in the army. You know, these programs saw US deploy not just training, not just support in terms of military hardware, it also offered advice to the Nigerian army. So that barrier, that limitation that used to exist between US and Nigeria prior to APC government was finally removed. So what were some of these policies and frameworks that were advised and provided, you know, by the US within this period that they have been working with their Nigerian counterparts in the army? Some of this advice were the acceptance of what is called repentant Boko Haram. They were the ones responsible for the introduction of amnesty to Boko Haram terrorists. That these people should not just be accepted, they should be, you know, integrated into the army. Now we now have issues where we feel like maybe there is no trust, maybe there is someone leaking information within the army. But we forget that we opened our doors to the United States and say, okay, come in, let's work together and fight this terrorism. And these are some of the policies, these are some of the frameworks that they provided. Let us offer amnesty to terrorists and then bring them into the army, which is a very, very dangerous, it's a very, very dangerous framework. So, looking at the events of 2015, looking at the events of the US-Nigeria relation, you know, since the APC government came into power, you would see that things are not adding up. And perhaps we should look at our problem beyond what is happening now. We should look at the past, and then we'll be able to say, this is how we can get a better future. So I would like to have your closing remark on the subject.
I think it boils down to the fact that we have decided as a people to take on a culture and advice and practice that negates our own fundamental thinking. We adopt whatever the US gives us, but I don't want to even talk on that because I won't say we, because the people that adopt these things are a select few politicians who run rampant on
Some say we are responsible for putting them in charge.
We are responsible for not resisting them, not for putting them in charge.
So you don't agree that we voted in?
Nobody voted anybody in. Tinubu knows he did not get there by people's votes. Let us be honest. Because that was the very first election that people were in their bed, they were sleeping, and INEC announced the results. That was the very first time. That was the first time when they introduced BVCs and then what they call it again? BVAS, I think, yeah? BVAS.
Yes.
BVAS was not working. BVAS was not working in my own polling unit because I went to vote that day. I almost lost my life in Anambra State here. I went to vote, and then I will not lie to you, the BVAS was not working. Mind you, because that same day, I think the local government or state government elections, or either House of Senate elections, one particular election held that same day. So you were having a national election, and you were having I think a local government, presidential election and a local government election, I think. Yeah. So if you were voting for the local government, the BVS was working perfectly. But the moment it was time to vote for the presidential one, it stopped working. That was a direct manipulation. Everybody knows. So this is not, we're not, and you know, I can come out publicly and say this because this is not what I heard. I was there. I have video. I videoed. We were there till around 12. So if we're to be honest with ourselves, the problem boils down to a single factor, and that factor is that the average Nigerian allowed these people to run amok unchecked. The average Nigerian is emotional, and they do not think, they do not take actions unless they are emotionally. Whoever controls your media controls you. I wish I had time to talk on these things because these are the fundamental problems. Let me explain what I mean. 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, what was trending was justice for Ochanya. Who is talking about justice for Chania currently?
Nobody.
2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, it was justice for Mohbad. Who is talking about Mohbad currently?
Nobody.
Has justice been gotten for any of them? No. Just yesterday, Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced. I am not one to support that Nigeria should be divided, but then I stand for justice because let me tell you something, mind you, because the precedents on which Nnamdi Kanu was arrested it was not in the written constitution we are practicing, mind you. It was not on the written constitution we are practicing. That was why he was constantly asking, where is it written in the constitution that you can do this? The judge could not provide it. And how the court works is that when somebody else has a problem, where probably it might even be different from what Nnamdi Kanu is facing now, and they can pass a judgment to you that is not even in the constitution. And when you speak of, they will then reference the Nnamdi Kanu's case because that's happened again. It gives them, it is what they call precedents. Precedents in law.
Yeah.
Now it gives them precedents. They now reference it and say it has been done before, not because it was right, but because it was allowed. That is why for everybody that kept quiet when this thing was happening, I feel genuinely bad, because if you allow such happen, it will, just like when the person that defended himself against the Fulani person that attacked him and tried to kill him, that person has been sentenced to death. Where was the CAN? The Christian Association of Nigeria, where were they? If that had been a Fulani man, if that had been the opposite way, do you think they would have allowed it? We have fundamental problems in this country which if we don't address, we are in serious trouble. The average Nigerian is always waiting for a savior to come and save them. I ask you, if you cannot stand up because you are afraid to lose your life, meanwhile your brothers are being killed, you have brothers out there in the north, you have brothers in the southwest, their lives, their businesses, their homes are in danger. You cannot stand up because you are afraid to die. Oh, it is another person that does not know you, who has no affinity with you whatsoever, that will come and die for you. You must be a very foolish person. Every single Nigerian watching this, look at the average Nigerian here. Oh, on X, oh, it is very bad. This is, oh, God will judge you. Posterity will. That is rubbish. Because they know after all the whole rantings you rant on the internet, it dies there in the internet. You don't take actions. Or if you take actions, when they scare you, go back inside. So they can run amok how they want. And I will touch down on one final thing, because this is something that I think has been fundamentally going on for a while now, and I think I would like for that notion to be corrected. Sorry, I've been talking for too long. I would like that notion to be corrected. There's a fundamental psychology of defeat that has been planted in the minds of youth, and I want that to change. I really want that to change, because the average youth feels that, oh, because of the NSAS did not get us what we wanted, we failed. I am telling you today, you did not fail. The youth did not fail. Yes, we made mistakes, but we did not fail. Because if I ask you a question, tell me one single valuable thing you've done in your life, a goal that you wanted to achieve in your life, that you tried once and you got it.
It takes a process.
It takes a process. It takes a process of failing, learning why you failed, and then coming back again stronger. You don't. This is for something just for like personally. Talk more of something that has to do with an entire nation. You expect to get it once. No, it doesn't work. You did not fail. Because if you had failed, why is it that whenever any day the youth said we want to protest, they sent army there to go and make sure you never gather together? That was the first time you planted fear in the hearts of these leaders. That was the first time you put serious fear in their heart. The fear ran deep into their bones. Some of them had to leave the country. And some of them, even when they left the country, Nigerians there still dealt with them. That was when their lives felt threatened. They knew that these people meant business. So they keep spreading that narrative that, oh, it failed. It did not fail. We made mistakes. Because who goes for a protest and then you go for a protest and you start having concerts? That means you're not. Nigerians play with everything, and that is our problem. We play every opportunity we get. We play every opportunity we get. We want to have fun. We were having concerts. The Lekki toll gate was blocked for more than almost 20-something days. Am I wrong?
No.
We needed just 2-3 days to get this country back to where it should be. If we had taken this protest and then more than 20,000 people gathered for Hildabachi, this is not to undermine or to speak bad about it, no. I'm just telling you that. Did you see any government official try to stop them?
Are you recommending that a protest perhaps is a solution to what we are encountering today?
The solution, the one and only solution, is that Nigerians have to rise up. This is not even a protest. A protest is different. This is a revolt. Because these people, the problem with Nigerians is that we don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. I understand you don't want to die. But now I ask you, just yesterday, more than 100 persons have been kidnapped. Day before yesterday, people were killed. And if you check just people that have died between this week and just let's just say this month,
we record more deaths than people who are facing wars in their country.
And the question now is that how many people died during, this is not to joke with their death because those deaths were painful, but then how many people died in Lekki and SARS versus those that have been killed currently after that Lekki toll gate massacre? How many people have died so far so good because we refuse to rise up again? More people have died. If you keep running away, oh, I don't want I'm not the only here, I'll leave me there, because the stupid Nigerian, once you bring up politics, I'm also only me there this country, who I beg, I don't want to give myself a very stupid set of ideologies. Because the moment you rise up, yes, see, go and look at all the revolutions that have happened in countries, you will see that people lost their lives, no doubt. But if 20,000, what are we saying? If those 20,000 people that gathered for Hildabachi, if they gather and then they storm the House of Assembly and then tell those people, because just like I told you, learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Now we have to check. Now we've drafted all the things we want, and then we storm House of Assembly and tell these people that none of you will leave this House of Assembly today. Number one, no politician that is serving public officer, so long as you're holding a political office, none of your children are allowed to travel outside the country to study. There are demands that we should make. And see, when their children are studying here, watch if they will not revitalize the educational sector. If their children, if you prevent them from traveling outside to go get medical facilities or medical health care, watch if they will not revitalize the health care in this country. If we go there and then we make that demand and then we make sure that nobody leaves, politicians nobody is receiving salary. If you're coming here, you're working for free. You are not paying politicians anymore. Yeah? If you're coming here to serve us for free. Before you become a House of Assembly member, you must show us what you've achieved on your own, without politics money. Then let us know if you're valid enough, if you qualify. Because most of them go there to steal. They don't go there to serve anybody. They've lost purpose. Take away that incentive and let them, if you want to serve us, go there and serve us. If you're not serving us, leave it, because there's no longer an incentive there. And then watch if this country does not change. We need to rise up as a nation. The youths, stop expecting somebody to come save you. The US is not coming to save you because they are the ones responsible for your problems in the first place. Nobody funds the people killing you and then tells you they want to come and save you. Go and make your research. Most of you spend time on TikTok whiling away time. Use that time to do some research into the problems you're facing. Do some research into geopolitics, understand the geopolitical problems we're having, and then see if you don't find solutions to your problems. You will get more angry than I am, because it gets you angry once you start realizing what exactly is going on in the country. Thank you very much.
Well, you've heard the passionate cry, the passionate appeal and perspectives of a Nigerian youth concerning the trending insurgents in the country, the political thoughts involved in it, the reception as to if this is a jihad or this is just terrorism, as well as the involvement of foreign powers such as the United States. At this point, we will draw the curtain for today's episode of Sip&Ponder. Ubaka, thank you for coming and thank you for sharing your unreserved takes on this.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It was a thrilling session. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, SirguyIsHere. I remain your host, SirguyIsHere. Till we meet again, this is Sip&Ponder.
Cheers. Rise up, people. Take your contact.